Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Rod Shop. Today we are talking about cork grips, specifically building your own cork grips from not scratch, but close enough. So, y'all stick around. Okay, I did a video a couple years ago about building cork grips, and it was more about building these fancy schmancy ones that I built because I had way too much time on my hands. And I've had a couple questions lately about cork grips, so I thought I would show you guys step by step how to build your own cork grips. Nothing fancy schmancy like this, but basic. Because honestly, you can buy better cork in cork rings than you can buy in already built cork grip sets, that at least the ones I can find. So let's get into it. If you guys have any interest, maybe I'll build some more of these, and we'll touch on them as we go through, but this will be the low cost option, at least in equipment needed to build these. The cork rings are pretty cheap too. I buy a lot of them on eBay. I mean, you can get them at Mudhole, and there's a bunch of different types, and we'll talk about those now. So, in my bucket of cork here, I have several different types. This is called a premium. It's a Tiger Burl. This one's actually, the color is Tiger Trout. It's a burled cork. It's kind of hard to see. You guys might be able to, but it's got some texture visually to it. This is one that I did with a lighter burl. They just look great, I think. That's one type. I think these are just grade. I think they're just A's, and they go up to 4A in grades of just plain cork. The cracks and the checks, I'll show you how to fix those in the next video when we actually shape these into grips. Not that complicated to do, but it really depends on the look you're going for. You can get these all have a quarter, I think that's a 1/4 inch arbor. That might be an 1/8. I think those are 1/8 inch. Where's my scale? Pretty sure these are 1/8 inch. Yeah, those are quarters. That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure. So they have 1/4 inch holes in them, basically. You can get them. Like, this is a rubberized cork, which I would use in the butt cap area if I wasn't doing like a EC20 rubberized EVA butt cap, which I'm going to build. The one I'm going to build, I'm going to do that. Or you can buy, and do I have one? I do not. Yes, I do. You can buy what is an EC22. This is a It's a 1720, so it's basically the rubberized cork in a butt cap, or you can just get it's another rubberized cork. It's just different color. This is the EC22, I believe. And the difference is you glue this on the butt of the rod after you're done, mounting your rear grip or your butt grip. These you'll glue on a tenon that you'll have to build in your butt grip. But tenons are a piece of cake. I'm going to show you how to do that also in the next video. With minimum tools. You don't need a lathe. You don't really need a lot of anything. So that's a good place to get into what do you need to build these. So as far as stuff that you probably don't already have to build a basic cork grip set, you're going to need some kind of wood glue. Now this is a glue bottle. I've got it filled with Type Bond 3 waterproof wood glue, premium glue, that I buy by the gallon for my projects out there on the dirty side. But you can use Elmer's. Any kind of wood glue. I would not recommend using Gorilla Glue. Not that it won't hold. It's just there's more of a cleanup because it foams out of the seams, and there's just a lot of stuff to clean up. You don't need it to hold that tight, honestly. Anyway, Elmer's, I built first few with Elmer's anyway, and I still have some that are intact that are 15 years old with just good old-fashioned Elmer's wood glue. The other thing you're going to need is you're going to need a jig to hold them. Now you can buy one of these pre-made jigs with a mandrel from Mudhole or wherever you buy your stuff, or you can go to your local hardware store and you can get 1/4-inch bolts with a couple flat fender washers and a wing nut, and it's basically the same thing. And this is what I've always used. I got a bunch of them in here, different lengths, for different length grips, obviously. But that's all you need. You just need, I think this one is, let's see. I've got them set up for different things. Like, I guess these are my shortest ones. So I build my butt grips on these. These are 4-inch total. It's 1/4-inch by 4-inch. Yeah, nothing special about it. It's just nickel plated. I got nickel plated fender washers. They go out to about 1.25 inches, or maybe 1.5 inches diameter. And then just a wing nut to tighten them up. You could use a regular, hex nut, but this is just easier. I have these that are for building longer grips. And they're 6 inches, but I very rarely build a rear grip that is more than about 4 inches. And I always build split grips, so I don't build the long grips that'll be 10. But you can get bolts up to that long if you wanted to do that. You need some kind of, jig to hold it together. You need your glue, and you're going to need some sandpaper. And honestly, that is all there is to it for building the basic cork grip. If you're going to do, also you're going to need some Teflon tape. It's 100 degrees outside, and there has been a wildfire. And this morning, early, when I was walking the dog, it looked like it was fog, but it was smoke, so I'm congested. My eyes are running, so that's why I'm not fishing today. Today was scheduled to be a fishing day, but I just couldn't be outside. And I'm still kind of messed up, so if I sound funky, there's a reason for it. I'm okay. It's just, if we get some rain, sometime in the near future, this stuff will get out of the air, but right now we haven't had rain in about a month, and it's just horrible. But anyway, if you were to get more advanced, which I can do a video on that later, you can build stuff like this, which looks very complicated, but it's just a bunch of these put together, which also look very complicated, but it's something that I started with, just these, one of those, and one of those, and I use these jigs I bought. I'm sure they still sell them. I haven't looked at them, but I got 3 jigs in a kit. You get a wire saw, and basically what you do is you would cut your cork ring into whatever size you want it. These are smaller, these are larger diameter or larger pie pieces. You cut them. I've got another jig around here somewhere. I don't know where it is. And then you have a bunch of pieces of pie, and I cut one of each, and you mix and match, put them back together, glue them together, use some zip ties, and you make a circle again, and then you wind up with something like this, or something. I got some of my other ones, something like this, where you've got a 6 wedge pattern. What else have I got in here? I guess that's all the ones I have left over. These were just is that a 6? No, these were more. This was the smaller one. And when I glued, so I glued them back together at this thickness. I think these are halves. I'm not having my crap together today, guys. So yeah, 1/2 inch. And then if you want thin slices, like these were, you drop it in this jig, and it slices here with a saw, and you get these tiny little wafers, and then you rearrange them in any pattern you want as you glue them up on your jig here, and you get the possibilities are limitless. So how do you build just a basic one? Let's do that now. So we'll put these toys away. We're going to need Teflon tape. Alright, so first thing you want to do is pick out, and that's where it gets challenging, is there's so many different options of colors of burl cork. I'm going to build a very basic, I might build 2 very basic ones today. The only other thing I will say about building your own is if you notice these darker ends, you know, where the blank or the grip is going to touch, I have built out of the rubberized cork to give it quite a bit more durability, because if your hands are always sliding up on it, you're eventually going to wear where the cork comes down to the meet the blank. Basically, I want to reinforce this area of a grip and this area, and then you'll have a rubberized butt cap of some sort, and then I want to reinforce in the tendon here, just because that's where your hand is going to rub. You don't have to do that. Most of the cork grip sets that you buy aren't going to have that, but again, this is why we build custom stuff and we don't rely solely on what's available on the market. So let's do a couple things here. Now, I should have put that back in the other box, but I didn't. Let's pick out some cork and let's build a basic, 6-inch, 5-inch cork rear grip, and put it together. So I have these are a little bit different sizes. This is a smaller diameter. I think these are 1 1/8 instead of 1 1/4. We have a few more of them. So those are 1/2 inch a piece. So now we're looking at, that's a 3-inch grip. We'll make it a 4. Actually, we won't. We'll, what are we gonna do? Let's do some rubberized to protect the ends of it, just like I told you I would do. Let me pick a color I like. I guess we could do the brown. The other thing you gotta be careful of, now, when we get into part 2, when we're actually shaping these and putting them on a rod, these rubberized are tougher, and when you have to be careful sanding them, because you will, if you're sanding adjacent and you have a softer material here than you do here, you will sand through this faster and you'll leave a dip. But we'll get more to that. I just want you to be aware that as you're putting your grips together, just think about how you're going to be doing your shaping. So let's use, again, a rubberized. You know what? I'm going to build out of these. I like this one anyway. We're going to use the burl cork. I like this color. And these are some 1/4 inch rings that I bought. You can buy them in different thicknesses. So we'll do that is not the same cork. Again, don't have my crap together today, guys. I apologize. This is not one of those. In fact, honestly, I really don't script these videos. I just know what I want to talk about and what I want to show you. And sometimes it works out flawlessly, and most of the time it doesn't. It winds up working out like this. And I get creative in the editing to make it look like I have my crap together, mostly. But understand that I don't always have it together. One more piece, one more half-inch piece of this. Yep, I like that. Put this away, put these away. And we'll use a bit of rubberized on that end and a bit on that end. And that is going to be the grip that I built. Okay, so now we've got our color choices picked out. This is just going to be a rear. I guess we should build a butt at the same time. Be a good idea. Let's see if we can find some more of that same color. There's one. This one's already built. I must really like that color because I'm about out of that pattern. Different pattern. Nope. One more and we should be good. There's a quarter. You know, you would think with my OCD tendencies that I'd have this stuff better organized, but I do not, apparently. But again, I don't build cork a lot. It's usually a special request. Only because most of my clients are here in Florida and the cork does not do well with the Florida heat laying on deck, and that's just the way it is. You have to take an awful lot of care of them in order to get them to last in Florida. So what we're going to do then, so this will be our butt grip. That's our rear grip. I'm going to drop one. There it is. Now, we will cut a tenon in this. This is going to be the real seat side of the rear. And like I said, in the next part of this video, well, the next video, we'll be out there in the dirty side working on finishing these and shaping them in the easy way, the simple way, the way you don't have to have a lot of tools invested. Well, also this will be the actual butt grip here. So I'll cut a tenon in this to take one of the rubberized butt caps like this one. But again, we'll get to that later. Or I'll put an EVA one on. They tend to last longer. But I want that depth of it. So, how do you build one? Well, it's not that complicated. That will fit on there. Take your bolt. And just make sure you have Teflon tape on the threads, because the glue will set in the threads, and you can get it off. If it does that, it's just not a lot of fun to do it. You wind up having to actually thread them off. Not the end of the world, but if you can have it not happen, it's better. All I've done is wrapped the threads with Teflon tape, 99 cents at the hardware store. Let's get a plate. I ran out of little plates, so we got a big plate in here. We've got them ordered. We got them ordered in the way we want to build them. That Teflon probably needs to be redone. I got glue in the threads here. Perfect. Alright, so we got a plate. We have glue. We need a brush. Then I have some stiffer, flat brushes. They just they handle glue better. I use them for epoxy in some very specific circumstances, but they're a very flat brush. And it's a stiff bristle. Works great for this this application here. Oh, there's that bag of them I was looking for. I thought I had more. Okay, I am officially losing it. You guys were sitting there and didn't say a word about them laying right here. That kind of fringes you off. Okay, so let's get some glue out. You're not going to need much. You got your brush, you got your template, or you got your jig. So we've got the order in which we want them to go on. So I'm going to put the first one on, and then I'm just going to lay these out. I'm going to take my brush, and I'm going to go ahead and brush the glue on one side. And you can put a liberal amount. You're going to squeeze the glue out, and we're going to sand off the extra. You just want to make sure you're not starving the joint for glue, because this cork rings are, they're fairly porous. And then we'll glue the other side up as we put them on the jig. Okay, got glue on one side of everything, including my thumb. So, no glue on the fender washer side, which is, the end. So we're going to put a little glue. Just want to make sure you got a liberal amount. You're going to squeeze all the extra out, so you don't want a ton, but you do want some. Now we're going to go glue side to glue side, and just shove it down, and then we'll do the next one. So real time to actually build these is only about 10 minutes, although I have been blabbing for a while. The video is going to be longer than that, but that's mostly me yapping. But actually building them, as you see, is not complicated. And like I said, you can buy much better quality cork in the rings than I can find, at least at a reasonable price. The already assembled cork grips. Again, we're doing glue side to glue side. More to do. I'm wearing the glue now. That is a surprise. Okay, so you got all your cork greens on, and you can see as you put pressure on them, you're squeezing all the excess glue out. So you need to put your fender washer on here. And then your wing nut. And I'm gonna grab a pair of pliers because I don't have my little adjustable wrench in here. You don't really need to put that much pressure on them, but you need to put some. So I'm just gonna grab, yes, I know I'm using the wrong tool, but I don't feel like going and getting one. I'm just gonna hold it, maybe, with these needle nose, just to keep it from turning. And as I put more pressure on it here, you see all of the excess glue is squeezing out of the joint. And again, you're not trying to compress it, you're just trying to get all the air out of the joint. I'm just going to take a paper towel and just wipe the excess glue off. A little bit of rubbing alcohol in the old-fashioned ketchup bottle. And we'll clean it up. Okay, now all you have to do is wait 24 hours. You'll probably get away with doing it after 4 or 5, but you might as well wait 24. Because you've done all this work already. Let's not screw it up now. And then we'll come back. I'll go ahead and build this other one. You guys don't need me to watch. You guys don't need to watch me build the same thing twice. I'll build it, and when we come back tomorrow or next video, we'll take them off. And then I'll show you how to get them shaped several different ways and build your own Cork Grips premium grade for less. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. And we're